I'm Jason. The world is yours, and today we have a story about Vitor Belfort is out of his boxing match Showdown versus Hasim Rahman Jr. that was scheduled for this weekend, November 19th, 2022. Vitor Belfort is out of his boxing matchup against Hasim Rahman Jr. that was scheduled for this weekend. Vitor Belfort was scheduled to compete in a boxing match against Hasim Rahman Jr. in Sheffield, England last month. The bout was later rescheduled to take place this Saturday, November 19th, 2022. However, BoxingScene.com has reported that Vitor Belfort has fallen ill and will no longer be able to compete. A replacement for Belfort is actively being pursued to serve as the new main event of the evening. This marks the second time a fight between Vitor Belfort and a boxer has fallen apart. Yeah, we know about the Oxa de la Hoya. I'm not gonna really count that one because that was like I felt like that whole thing was cap. Rahman Jr. is coming off of a KO loss, right? Hold on. I think he's coming off not a KO loss, maybe a TKO loss, and Belfort is coming off of a exhibition win against former boxing legend Evander Holyfield, in which Belfort was also victorious via TKO. That was pretty embarrassing. I can't even talk about that one. The event scheduled titled Misfit Boxing plus The Zone X Series 003 will be held in the Moody Center on the campus of the University of Texas in Austin, Texas. Okay, so their first fight that was canceled was scheduled for Sheffield, England. That was last month. This fight is actually going to happen in America. This fight was scheduled to happen in America, but it has been Belfort won't be able to compete. I don't know how they're gonna find someone in 4 or 5 days that who are they gonna find to place on this card? The problem with this is that God bless Rahman Jr., but he's not a main event fighter, right? So this was basically being headlined by Vitor Belfort. If you think about it, Rahman Jr. is not, he's a good guy, but he's not selling tickets like that. So I can't imagine who they could bring in this amount of time to face Rahman Jr. Rahman Jr. I can't say his last fight was scheduled versus the Paul brother, one of those Paul brothers, Jake Paul, but he was kind of scheduled for the Jake Paul fight, and then that fight fell out because of weight issues and a bunch of other things going on there. So I don't know who they will be able to bring in the next 5 days that Rahman Jr. will accept as opponent. And obviously, if you think about it, like I said, because Rahman Jr. is the B side to this, are they going to bring in another A side, or are they going to try to bring in another B side? This was scheduled to be the main event of the evening. If you look at the rest of the lineup on that card, you can't really name anybody else on that card. This card is happening in America, happening in Texas. So, it is a huge boxing state and huge fans and a lot of support for boxing. But I don't know who is going to watch this event without Vitor Belfort. I don't know how many people are going to watch it with Vitor Belfort on the card. But now that he's off the card, obviously I would think that this card may be in serious trouble of being canceled, right? If you think about it, like I said, the rest of the card is extremely weak. I don't think there's really a co-main event with Rahman Jr. being the B side of the main event and the A side being ill, Vitor Belfort. Who can they bring in 5 days that Rahman Jr. will accept, as the A side? Because there's no way possible they could bring in another B side and have Rahman Jr. somehow be the A side. And, unless he knocks the person out completely and then, it goes viral. But who knows what's going on there? Tommy Fury, he just fought. Jake Paul, he just fought. Those are the type of fighters. Maybe they could bring in KSI, right? I have no idea what's going on with Rahman Jr. He's like a professional boxer. Why is he fighting Vitor Belfort? I don't know what's going on there. We'll see if this event still goes down. I think looking at the card with the time when this is Tuesday, right? We're basically in Tuesday. My opinion, I would say at the moment, I can't say that it's going to be canceled, but man, This news has come out like 6, 7 hours ago, and you would think they would have a fight signed by today. Maybe they'll get something signed by tomorrow, Tuesday, or Wednesday. But I mean, sooner than later, the Texas Commission is gonna have to ask for a opponent, and Rahman Jr. is gonna have to face somebody. But I would think this event is, I would say at this moment, the fact that the news that came out that Vitor Belfort is injured and he won't be on the card, and they haven't had a replacement fighter picked out at this moment, at the end of Monday, I would say right now, 51% chance that this whole event is canceled. But that's just like my opinion. We'll see what they can do in the next basically 48 hours. Let me know your opinion of this story. Did you even know this fight was happening? I think I saw it once. I was just like, oh, okay, this is happening. I didn't realize that this fight was happening this weekend. But Vitor Belfort is out of the fight that was supposed to happen this weekend. Let me know your opinion of this fight. Were you going to watch this fight? Are you disappointed that Vitor Belfort is injured and won't perform? Or are you just completely over the whole Vitor, Oscar, Rahman, Jake Paul boxing scene? I'm Jason. The world is yours. Today we have a story about former UFC fighter, former MMA fighter, Vitor Belfort, off of a TKO victory over Evander Holyfield, is out of his main event boxing showdown match this weekend versus Hasim Rahman Jr. That fight will be canceled, and we'll see if the Zone could find a new opponent for Rahman Jr. Thank you for watching.